Okay, before I start this video, I'd like to point out that yes, I saw Marquise Brownlee's episode yesterday of Hot Ones. Keep in mind, I watched it, but I didn't focus on the actual, because normally when I talk about a Hot Ones guest, I usually write notes. I didn't write notes. Because really, this is more of a reunion episode, if anything. Like today, the official 15th guest of 2023 will be today. And basically, I'm going the number of guests in a year based just off of, number of episodes in the season. And actually, hold on a second. I guess I could probably, hold on. I want to look at one thing. This isn't the guest yet. I'll do that in a minute. Let's see, let me look up on First We Feast YouTube channel. If at all possible. Hot One Season 21. Oh! I stand corrected. Looks like I have to do the 15th and 16th guests on Hot Ones. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to sort of take what I have from memory off of what I saw yesterday. So I guess my low is that First We Feast kind of threw me a curveball here that I was not prepared for. Don't worry, I did watch it. I do remember some things about it. My high is, it really, for as simple as yesterday was, again, it's what I needed. Because, actually, I mentioned going to Vegas and going to Cuba Lake and being anxious and being excited to go to Cuba Lake. I completely forgot right before even going to Cuba Lake, I had to go to Connecticut. Honestly, May was a very big month for me. So, honestly, I needed a day like yesterday just to sort of unwind a little, which I did. And my act of kindness was I had to run an errand for my grandmother yesterday. Nothing major, but I had to get her some things. So there you go. Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. So Marquise Brownlee was apparently the 15th guest on Hot Ones. And I was not prepared for that. So, I didn't write any notes, but I do remember quite a bit that happened. For starters, I love how in the beginning of the episode, Sean asked, since last time, how you were on spicy food. And then he's like, since I was on your show, I have hot sauces everywhere. I've become the hot sauce guy. So that's really cool. That's actually kind of funny. I love that. Basically him being in this reunion episode was preparing for Diablo 4 coming out, which there was actually a hot sauce that he promoted. Well, they created a hot sauce for Diablo 4. And in fact, it was actually there instead of the last dab. And they did talk about a few other things as well. I gotta think off the top of my head for a minute. Well, for one thing, the question regarding the last dab is, what was the last dab again? Holy cow. See, again, I know I First Sweet Feast hasn't thrown a curveball like this yet. I don't know what to do. Oh, I do know what to do. Right. Sean tried to ask him like a series of random like scientific questions, and here's the thing, they're hard questions for someone who doesn't know, or they'd be hard for someone, say, under Marquise Brownlee circumstances, who just had 10 very, very, very hot chicken wings. And he got one of the 3 questions right. Basically, it was like one of the uncertainty theories. Not Schrodinger's uncertainty theory, but another one. I forget. So, he got a question right. That was interesting. Really, it was more to talk about, Marquise Brownlee's life and what's going on. There was one question about internet Wi-Fi in an airplane, which, here's the thing, I just flew on an airplane, and for the 3+ hour flight I was on, I was blessed enough to have movies to watch, because Delta was really kind enough to have movies on the airplane. So there almost wasn't any need to have an internet on the airplane ride, but I do see why you need internet and why it can be so annoying when you're expecting internet speeds to be fast and they're not. So that was definitely something for sure I noticed. Honestly, it was for the curveball that was thrown at me, I did learn a lot, to be sure. Honestly, I'm glad I saw it. It's always great to have a Hot Ones episode, even though if you're not completely prepared to watch it. However, one thing I am prepared for is to do a reaction on the 16th guest of Hot Ones. Okay, First Sweet Feast. And the 16th guest of Hot Ones is Rosalia. I have no idea who Rosalia is. Sorry, just looking up something real fast. So, let's see. Who is Rosalia? I mean, I'm guessing she's a singer. Oh, a Spanish singer and songwriter. Okay. Okay, she's a singer and songwriter. Born and raised in the outskirts of Barcelona. Okay. Genre-bending musical style. Okay. And all the names of her songs, from what I see here, are in Spanish. Beso, Con Natura, La Fama, La Noche de Anoche. Okay, Noche. The Night of the Night? What? Okay. I'll be honest. I Don't think I've heard any of her music that I know of. Look at the other songs that she has. Linda, TKN, Lobas Olvidar. Actually, Olvidar, I know what that means. It means, to forget. So, something to forget. To go to forget, I think? Okay. Sorry. Di mi nombre, which is, of my name, I think. Man, it is really hard trying to do, Spanish when you haven't really practiced it in so long. Did she really write there is not a song called Chicken Teriyaki. What? Blinding Lights? Candy? G3N15? Brillo? Okay. There is not a song called hentai. Kids, do not look up what hentai is. Okay. I think I'm starting to see the genre bending thing that she's got going on. Cool. Okay, so literally in just this video alone, we have the 15th guest of Hot Ones and their episode, as well as the 16th guest of Hot Ones. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. First Week Feast, I mean, I guess I kind of should have expected that, considering that last year when Gabriel Iglesias was promoting Stadium Fluffy, that was technically a Hot Ones guest. But since I started trying to figure out how many Hot Ones guests that, we hit, that there's going to be in the year, it didn't occur to me to actually, think that they would do something like this now. Especially when, I'd seen, actually, it was 5 years, almost 5 years to the date that Marquise Brownlee was on Hot Ones last. So in a lot of ways, I guess it makes sense that he's back. But again, it's just something I wasn't expecting. I mean, First Week Feast, seriously, I just looked on First Week Feast's Instagram page. And normally when they have a new Hot Ones guest, they have a hint of who the guest is going to be, like something that they say or something. But they didn't do that for Marquise Brownlee. Which leads me to believe, I think that may only be a one-time thing if you are a guest who is coming back, like a Seth Rogen or a, well, technically they did that for Seth Rogen. Never mind. But that's interesting. That is very interesting. So I'll definitely look forward to seeing the 16th episode of Hot Ones this year. I'll definitely look forward to, actually, the thing I'm looking forward to tonight is America's Got Talent. Remember, I missed last week's episode. I was in the plane the entire time. And by the time I would have gotten off the plane and gotten to any kind of working TV, the episode was practically over. So, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to need to do a lot of catching up in terms of the acts that were shown on America's Got Talent a week ago. Not that I'm dreading this sort of thing necessarily. It's just, I don't know. a part of me kind of thinks maybe I should stop having, like legitimately having a video solely dedicated to talking about America's Got Talent. Because it's not that the auditions aren't fun or anything. It's just, if there's no golden buzzer, or if it's just like auditions where you're almost convinced none of them are actually going to win the whole thing, it's kind of hard to be that invested. I mean, I'll do it for now, for sure. Maybe I'm just speaking because it's been a long time since it's not even a while since I talked about anything America's Got Talent related. Specifically just America's Got Talent. I'm not including All Stars, which just happened earlier this year. Honestly, the one thing I definitely do want to talk about in the coming days is a show that's coming out soon that I'm really looking forward to watching. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I hope you like this video. If you didn't like it, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video. For all of you guys watching your family, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to me, take care and make good choices. 6 or 7 all day, baby.